Welcome back to the Red Path. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest, Damian from Black Legion on Instagram, and we are going to talk about, surprisingly enough, the Black Legion. Damian, how are you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Just hanging out? Good Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon, let's talk some Warhammer, right? So, for everyone watching, Damian is obviously on Instagram, as I said in the intro, and I've been following him for quite a while now, and we've chatted back and forth, and I really have enjoyed watching his journey in the hobby, because you're kind of new to Warhammer, right? From what we talked about. Oh, yeah.
Like, I've only been doing this for a year.
Yeah.
Like just dove into it. Super fun.
And, you mentioned something about COVID obviously locked us all down, especially like a year ago when it really hit. Was that kind of like what got, you was like, man, I'm just trapped in the house. Like, what am I going to do?
Okay, so my best friend lives next door, and he played Magic for a long time, and then he had his other friend that was playing Kill Team, and then my friend came up to me and was like, "Do you want to play Warhammer?" And I was like, "Let me get back to you, man." Like, it's something I'd always looked at, and I'm not gonna lie, like when I was younger, I was like, "That looks so cool." Yeah. That's for fucking nerds, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. That's so nerdy. I can't do that.
I gotcha.
And then just did some looking into stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever. I'm older now. Like, I don't have to impress anybody. Let's do this. And just kind of went head first.
Yeah.
Been doing that pretty much the only thing I've been doing, obviously. Hanging out, painting tiny men.
Hey, it's a way to pass the time. And I think I think that experience, with COVID and lockdown and everything, I think that's probably quite a common thing that's drawn people into the hobby. And I hate for it to be a silver lining, because obviously I'd rather this whole thing had never happened. But it's also good that, or relatively good, we're getting new players, we're getting people into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's something to do when we're dealing with this whole stressful, the same four walls every day. Like you say, being able to sit down, paint some little dudes, paint some bolt guns, or whatever we're painting, it takes us away from the crap outside, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. It's a big escape. All of the lore. Oh, okay, cool. You can go in the deep dive on anything. I'm gonna just make dudes. Okay, cool. It separates so different.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So many different aspects to it. So, obviously, I've got several questions for you, and that kind of steals a bit of the thunder, I guess. I got a bit too excited there. I do that. I apologize. I always try and give a script or have a script myself and give my guests a kind of heads up, and then I just forget about it. But so,
no worries.
First question I got for you, mate. So obviously, COVID is part of getting in, and you said your friend next door got you into it, and also that you was aware of it from when you was younger, but a bit too nerdy, which I understand. I do. Was there a particular aspect of it, when your friend was talking to you about it or whatever, that made you think, you know what, let's blow some cash on this thing. Let's just dive right in. Hell with it.
No joke. Let's spend a lot of money on plastic real quick. It always looked cool, and I really liked playing RTSs growing up. Like Age of Empires. What is it? Tiberian Sun.
Oh yes.
Yeah, dude, super fun.
Yeah.
All of those. I really liked playing them, and then I was just like, let's just do it. Let's do this on the board. I've literally got nothing else going on outside of work.
Right.
Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
And then went into that and looked at all of the different armies and stuff. My first the one the first army that I looked at was honestly Gene Stealers, because I was like, man, these guys are cool. They look like Ninja Turtle bad guys. So it's just like, that looks fun. But then I saw like the Chaos ones, and I was like, who doesn't like the bad guy? Like, it's just, oh, hey man, he says I hate everybody. That's funny. Okay, cool. Let's go with that.
I agree. There's definitely a kind of allure or something about the chaos, especially because once you sort of start diving in, and I'm sure you picked this up, like obviously there's no good guys in 40k.
Yeah, like everyone sucks.
Yeah,
everyone sucks so bad.
Like even the Imperium, and it's to do with like as humans we're going to gravitate towards the most human-like faction, at least at first. Well, apparently not. Maybe you really are a gene stealer. I don't know. But most people tend to, and then you start to see, okay, these aren't very good people. Like this is pretty terrible. Like
I honestly think the Imperium's worse than Chaos. Like just like wow, you guys are dicks.
Yeah, it's
bad.
It's really bad, and like there is that whole element of being rebellious and revolutionary against. Sure, there's some totally insane, evil religious stuff going on, like with the gods and stuff.
Word bears are a little gross.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff, but I think one of the things I love, and let me know if you kind of had this kind of thing as well. You come in and you see you've got your Space Marines, your Inquisition, your Imperial Guard, Eldar, Tau, like 30 odd different factions or something ridiculous. There's something for everybody, right? We've all got our own personality, drives, ambitions, things that we gravitate towards. And it's like, no matter who you are, there's an army or an I won't say ideology, but something you can see yourself in a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, with that, like, when I started going into the lore and all that, it was like, okay, cool. I had no idea about Chaos Space Marines, Black Legion is like the face of it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then did some diving into that, and I was like, oh, Abaddon. That guy hates everything. That's awesome. What is it? When they found him in the Black Legion books, he was just basically like a crazy space hobo hanging out. It's just like, oh man, all right.
Yeah.
He's a goofball.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's great.
He's just trapped on that. I think he's in a ship. He's in the
He's in the what is it?
Oh, the flagship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, this is embarrassing. No,
this is bad.
Vengeful Spirit.
This is bad. There it is. There it is.
He's just alone in there, and like
on an ice planet.
Yeah, and then
hanging out.
Yeah, just doing his thing,
making that space booze.
What else are you gonna do, right? And then
he's just hanging out.
But I really like that as like an origin. I believe that is like now his canon origin. I don't remember ever reading like back in the day anything
I got
about
nothing on it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, the lore for Abaddon has just been he was, like the first captain, leader of the Jassarin and stuff.
First Terminator.
Yeah, like just an absolute bad man, but just
not a Horus clone at all.
Right? Yeah. But that like because the ADB books, like his Black Legion, like the first, I think we've got the first two only right now.
Yeah, there's two.
Yeah, they're so good, and it just adds that depth, because like being the space hobo guy, right? He's so unthreatening. He's like so. Who's it? What's this dude gonna do?
Yeah. Well, what was it? They all found him and they're like, that can't be him. And he's like, yeah, look at all this stuff I've been doing. I've been hanging out. It's like, it was the thing, like, they talk about how his armor's all just like mismatched, just pieces of everything. It's like, man, all right, you're nuts.
And then you get to him as like like the leader of the Black Crusades, and like sure there's some crappy lore where he's just completely abandoned the harmless kind of thing, but
I mean, but all of the Black Crusades had a purpose.
Exactly, yeah.
Like each and every one of them had a purpose. I cannot remember which. I think it's like the fourth.
Right.
But he plants the what is it? Not the destroyer hive. Plague that turns people into zombies. He plants that and then comes back way later. And it's like, okay, cool. Like that's what this is for. And it's like the fall of Cadia, and he's like, all right, you know what? Here's these 3 giant like planet-sized battleships. And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna ram it in. I'm just gonna hit a planet with it. I don't need this anymore. It's just like, wow, dude, you're nuts.
Yes.
And I'm gonna hit a planet with a planet. That's how we're gonna end this. Okay, dude. Like, and everyone's like, Abaddon, what the fuck, man?
It's like, hey, it works. You know.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
But yeah, he's now portrayed as he should have been. Like they're building him up. The incompetent past versions of Abaddon didn't work. That's not the enemy you want. You want your sort of main bad guy. They have to be intelligent and cunning and powerful and just risk taking, and that's who we've got now with Abaddon. I think. Yeah. It
would be kind of cool. Like I say this, like it would be kind of cool if they killed him off. Honestly, if he just died.
Controversial.
Yeah, I mean, like he's got like some serious gnarly plot armor. So it's just like, what's next? Like, I don't know. Let's see it. Like, I have no idea who would take over. I got nothing on that, but like, or turn him into a demon or something. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's I understand where you're coming from there, because that is the one thing with having these established characters that have been around for 30 odd years.
Yeah.
There's only so many times, they can realistically escape the jaws of death, right? I mean, and they either have to succeed, or in the opening sentence to every 40k book is, there is only war, basically. Yep. So these guys who are bred and built to be super soldiers taking part in perpetual war, and they still keep surviving. Come on.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just, all right.
But before they get rid of Abaddon, Calgar has to go. Calgar.
Oh my God.
Abaddon.
Kill him.
Oh, that.
Like, I want him to go out like very undramatic. Like he slips and falls into just like falls down a cliff and dies. Just like, what? No epic battle? Nah, man. Calgar just fucking slipped. That was it. Like,
just like the third line on the second page of some book. Like nothing, and then that's it.
And have him on the cover of the book too.
Victories of the Ultramarines. A tale of the noblest warriors. Calgar's gone.
Fell down a cliff. Died.
Oh boy. All right, let me put, because dude, we could sit here and talk this all day.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
Let's all right. So, and we kind of covered this a little bit as well. But what was it? What was the kind of pivotal moment for you as you're looking through your gene stealers? You read about some chaos, see the models, whatever. Why Black Legion specifically? Because we've got all these different legions and stuff. What was it about them?
It's like I said, like I started reading and I was like, oh, cool. Like, what's this Black Legion? I saw like word bearers, world eaters, and I was like, okay, like I didn't like the red and the gold. I didn't like the red and the silver. And I was like, all right, black and gold. That I can get behind that color scheme. Okay. That's pretty dang cool. And then like started reading about like Abaddon and all of that. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, yep. Who doesn't like a bad guy?
Exactly, man.
It's pretty dang cool.
So it was the paint scheme, which was kind of the click, and then as you dove into it, that's kind of what cemented it. Okay. Yeah. It's
like, I like the lore of the word bearers, but it's like the red and silver. I don't know. I can't get behind it.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can paint it whatever you want, blah, 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 but it was just like looking into it, like, very fresh eyes. I was just like, I don't really like that much. Then that's how I have to paint my guys. I can't do that.
I definitely think, and I've heard this talked about before, that GW, they're a business, right? They're a company, and they have their like flagship factions. Obviously, you've got your Ultramarines, Black Legion for Chaos Marines, the whatever Sept it is for Tau and stuff.
Just Tau Sept. That's just
right. Yeah, but it seems to be that the color schemes they use for these flagship factions are, I'm not going to say easy, but they're good introductory paint schemes, right? There's something that it's not like, you know, if Imperial Fists were the main loyalists, it's like, oh, paint in yellow. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I really want to dive into that.
I have never painted an entire dude yellow. I got nothing on it. I hear it's rough.
That's what everyone says. I've painted a couple bits yellow, and like 5 layers later, I was like, okay, we're just going over it with red.
This is it.
Yeah, but I think that's, and it's just interesting that you say that, like the black and gold, not because it's simple or anything, but it's like a good entryway. It's like, okay,
cool.
This is a good contrast. It just, like, bad guys wear black, right? It's the thing.
There it is.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, he's a bad guy. He's wearing all black.
Yeah,
cool.
You know, it's just something in our kind of like, you know, group consciousness. It's like, it's how it is. But okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's the next question I got for you is more, you know, like game related, I guess.
Okay.
So, as far as they function on the tabletop, the Black Legion particularly, how do you play them, or how do you see or think that they should play as like as a force? Right, you know, obviously for myself as World Eaters, it's very much run forwards, chain axes, kill.
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I haven't won a single game with Black Legion ever. Like, and I've been playing. I've been playing a bunch with World Eaters the past like 5 games.
Okay.
I've gotten close, but it's like I can't get anything to work for me. Like, there's power. Of course, there's like power combos. You drop Abaddon with Obliterators, and you just walk down the field and go, hey, everybody die, get shot at. And it's like you can have them. You can get yourself enough CP so that you can kind of function like Ultramarines in a way. Right, like you have a strat to do kind of almost anything, but it's like, okay, cool. But it's the chaos thing of like, oh, you need a big blob. Like you need 10, what would it be? Just basic Space Marines with chainswords and pistols. And you could turn them into low budget berserkers. Like run them in, merciless fighters, vets. Like, okay, cool. I have 1 million attacks, but it's not that strong. It's never that strong. You need your sorcerers. Marks need to make sense, or like do something other than like giving you strats. Like marks need to do something. That's like, well, I can't. Like, Black Legion can function very well as like a shooting. Like, you stand here and you shoot. You hold this. It's not the fast-paced, like, super fun aspect of like playing World Eaters, where you're just like, nope, I'm running. I'm jumping over you. Like, here it is. And like send in a Helldrake. Take some pocket sand. Like, it's great. Yeah. But it's really disheartening because I put all this effort into painting my guys, and they just fall down. They just get shot at. Yeah. Like playing, what is it? My friends I play with, they have salamanders. What would it be? Custos, Necrons, Ultramarines. And it's like, okay, cool. I started doing some I started playing with Death Guard because I was like, honestly, like, the lore is cool. Mortarian's badass. But I was really sick of getting beat up all the time.
I understand.
I don't like this game anymore. I'm going to play OP guys. Have some Terminators. Like, it's total just pout army. Like, I'm not going to lie about it.
I understand.
It's
Chaos are in a bad place anyway right now.
That's the thing, man. But it's like, that's also like, what do you see on Reddit? Like, we all cry about it. We're all crying. Yeah. Chaos sucks right now. It does.
Players,
yeah. Oh, butthurt Chaos players.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
you'd be butthurt too.
Yeah, right. And you know that's a whole other conversation. But you know, just sure it's COVID and the Suez Canal ship and all that stuff. But
that guy got fired. He got so fired.
Or maybe he got promoted. I know.
I hope no. You just got fired.
But like Ninth is about a year old now, or very close to.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up, and we're maybe half a dozen codexes in. Like
all Space Marines.
Oh, Space Marines, of course. Yeah, I mean they've had 74 codexes this week, but you know,
all of them.
Yeah, it's really frustrating because it's and beyond the being a salty Chaos player, because that's a label we have to live with. You play Chaos, no matter what you say, you're a salty player. But I feel for Tyranids, for Tau, for Eldar. Like Eldar, this has got to be like crying in their sleep because they've been top tier for so long, and now, I mean, they're still good. I mean, you know, sure, Naden's making them work, but man, we need a roadmap. We need a pathway just so we can say, okay, I've just got to wait 9 more months and then I'll get a book or something. Just tell me, right?
And then everyone's gonna be mad.
Oh yeah, we'll get.
Well, I mean,
go ahead, man.
That's the whole thing with like the Codex is like how they're rolling out. It's like, oh, Death Guard's too OP. Now, oh, Drukhari, they're so OP. It's like, okay, like it's just gonna keep going.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
how it is.
It's the nature of the community, and I like for me, and I've talked about this before. Every Codex that's come out for Ninth, even Space Marines, I think everyone is excellent. That combination of the kind of fluff of how you imagine these armies function, you know, in your head, versus the competency they get on the tabletop. Sure, some are a bit more powerful than others, but once we get down to the end of the last book, I think there'll be some really solid balance across the board. And
there's gonna have to.
Yes, Drukhari aren't going to be a 75% winning army all the time.
No, I mean it's just where it is right now. I mean, I'm honestly afraid to see what they're going to do with orcs, because that's like another army that I have to play against all the time. And like orcs are brutal, man, and it's like they've never been like the best army ever, but they're always there.
Yeah,
they're always there. It's like, man, they just need like one thing to make them completely broken, outside of flying headbutt.
The orcs are like in a similar place to Chaos Marines. A skilled player who's you know certainly someone who's got a long competitive history and really knows their orcs. They will take that army and go ham with it. They will crush people. But there's a steep learning curve. The bottom is like, oh, I'm just rolling ones on all my random events for orcs, so like nothing works. Then then there's no one in the middle, but then you get your top tiers who are frequently coming top 5 at events and stuff, and they're like, okay, yeah, sure, I roll a 1, but I've got this orc war boss head,
and it just does something.
Yeah,
orcs. That's
orcs.
That's orcs. Oh, okay.
It's the power of belief. Maybe that's what it is.
There it is.
Maybe those players truly believe, like
That's what it is.
Yeah, they've got the green wire.
They're just like, oh, this is gonna work, and it does. You know,
and it does.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so you mentioned about you've been trying World Eaters recently, and I know you've got some awesome looking berserkers and stuff on your Insta. So if you were so have you played just World Eaters and just Black Legion, or have you actually combined them as like allied detachments yet?
I've done Black Legion with demons. I've tried to do Black Legion with Death Guard. I've done World Eaters with Corn Demons, and that I like on paper, like I was in Battlescribe and I was like, that could work. That could totally work. And then I played it and it was like neither side was strong enough to give a push, so they just kind of took away from each other. Like if I had gone full tilt in either direction, like it would have been a solid list, but it was just like, I mean, Black Legion lend themselves well to most anything, and I haven't yet tried to do Black Legion World Eaters.
Okay. Do you think?
I mean,
so what you were saying earlier about how you kind of visualize the Black Legion play, or one of the ways to play Black Legion, say Abaddon with the Obliterators or whatever tough shooty, wreck your face unit that you can Death Star around him, because he's a legit unit, Abaddon, like with his rerolls, his inherent top, like he's god tier, I think. But
he'll put holes in anybody. Just punch him real hard. Like, okay.
We back is probably a few months ago. We had a TTS game, World Eaters versus World Eaters, but the winning player, he actually ran a Black Legion. I think it was a patrol with Abaddon, and I want to say Decimators with the Mortal Wound Soul Burners. And
oh god,
it was good. Abaddon was his MVP. Like Abaddon just walked into the center of the field and just ate through the World Eaters on the other side. Like,
I mean,
beast.
Yeah. He can do it, man. And it's like, with all, I keep joking with my buddy about like, cool, in the new Codex, like, give Abaddon make him cost 250 points even. He's 220. Give him 30 more points, but give him the demon keyword. Like, just that. Just change that. Like, it would be so brutal. It would be so gnarly. Like, just
have Greater Possessed running up behind him.
Corn
demon.
Exactly.
That might be more than 30 points just for that one word. Because
okay, cool. I would take that. I would take 300 points. Give him the demon keyword. Just give me that.
Oh, that would
that's
be
all
tasty.
I want. Yeah, dude.
But
yeah.
So I see. For me, I'm always trying to think about combos and ways to personally, it's to enhance World Eaters, right? But for Chaos Marines in general, World Eaters for me, for your combat, they're your go-to. If you're playing Chaos Marines and you really want to have that combat punch, that thing that just gets in their face and wrecks their day, you're going to run Berserkers. Possessed do the job really well as well, and I think maybe if you're running Word Bearers especially, because of the unique buffs they can get. But for most of us, I think Berserkers just do it so well. Now, would that be something you'd consider, even if you ran them as like the Hounds of Abaddon? But having that, the Abaddon Death Star, and he's just, come at me. I'm taking this table, and you've got to come and get it from me. And then having some World Eaters, maybe Khan, Berserkers, Red Butchers or something coming up, behind as support. Is that something you think could work?
I totally think it could. I don't have the courage to run a small thing of Black Legion because I get sad when Abaddon dies.
Right.
It's just like, oh man, it's like, I know it's a game, you're supposed to look at everybody as like kind of expendable, but oh, he died. Now this game's no more fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I hear that completely. Yeah.
It's like, oh, but it's like one thing I've been using, like that would totally work. One thing I've been using is World Eaters Disco Lord.
Ooh,
that dude is a beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they're just a beast. That's it.
Yeah.
I would very much like to do that. I'll try. I'll say that. I'll do. That's for next Saturday.
Okay.
I'll run it. I'll do it. And I'll let you know how it goes.
Hell yeah. I think, like I said, because Black Legion, they bring a little bit of everything. Like,
yes.
they can...
Angry Ultramarines.
Yes. They're, a bit of a jack of all trades. Whatever you want them to be good at, they can be good at. And maybe not the best at, but they've got that kind of adaptability and versatility.
Yeah.
But
the thing with...
No, go ahead, man.
But the thing with it that I always find is, like, if you build if you're going to, like, get them to be good at something, like, you have to go full tilt in that one direction, and your army only has, like, one drive. I have a hard time playing like that. I like to have like a little bit of something for like give me everything. Like, and I know that's why I lose all the time. Because it's hard to be like, okay, cool, I'm building my entire army around this one thing.
Right.
I can't. It's hard. I don't like it.
It's tough, and like I have the same issue. I often get like a concept, like, okay, I've come up with this combo. Like I had this idea for Red Butchers coming out of a Charybdis Assault Claw, and I was like, it's like 800 points, yeah. So, or maybe not that much, because the Charybdis is like 350, I think, and close.
Well, how big is your blob? But anyways.
Well, yeah, like 330 in Terminator. So yeah, 600 and almost 700 points. And the CP as well, because it's 4 CP to take a Charybdis.
And then you got the other 2 for Red Butchers.
Yes.
Oh man.
But, and I never tried it because it falls at the last hurdle. But it was in my head. I'm like, okay, if I commit pre-game and everything is built around this one strategy, because it's using the semi-bad but broken rule of the Charybdis comes in turn 1 but doesn't disembark, which I'm trying to make that a positive rather than a negative. And okay, so the Charybdis comes down, Terminators are inside. They can't get out.
Yeah.
Enemy, okay, you go ahead and shoot my toughness 8 model here with
have fun.
Yeah. and if and when you destroy it, because you're going to want to, my Terminators are going to disembark behind this piece of terrain that I've deployed next to. And now on my turn 2, instead of them deep striking and not being able to move, they're already on your front lines, but they can move. So it's like giving them a free move.
That's gnarly.
But 350 points just to give Terminators 5 inches of movement, yeah, it didn't work out.
No,
but I mean, it's the process. It's you've got to think about these things and run them through the theory, right?
Exactly. That's
And you come up with those ideas, like Abaddon is such a fulcrum for a Black Legion army because you have to take him, right?
Yeah.
How could you?
Everybody gets rerolls. Like whenever it's like, oh, add Daddy Protect. Here we go. My rerolls.
Yeah, he's like,
it's great.
He adds so much, and like, I don't know, he's such a great character as well. Outside
of that, like, it's if he was faster. Like, I mean, I get it. You can use warp time. You could do all sorts of things. It's the classic thing of Chaos, where it's like, if you want something, you really have to work for it. But like that combo will. What if it works? It works really, 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 really good.
Yeah,
like, it's the hard thing. There's
definitely challenges, and you hit the nail on the head there. If it works, it's brutal, but the investment, the stage managing, everything has to come off. And if one thing fails, your plan
it all falls apart.
It's hard. Apart. It's hard to build that list because we're an elite army, so our good combos, our good units are inherently expensive. So it's hard to get 2 or 3 or 4 sort of like different waves of assault or means to an end. So we can sometimes squeeze 2 kind of tricky combos in and have that bit of redundancy, but that's even hard to get just 2 of them.
I mean, you could do, the Obliterators or preferably Havocs walking around, and then you give it sucks, but you can with the Dark Apostle Marcus Zinch, and then everybody gets the 5-up.
Yeah.
But then you lose out on your Endless Cacophony, so it's just kind of like
there's
it's a give and take.
It is.
It's a give and take.
All right, let's change tack a bit here and go back to some lore. Well, we talked about it briefly at the beginning. What is your favorite piece of lore? I mean, like whether it's Black Legion or anything, like from anywhere in 40k, what is that one thing that you just think about? That is some badass
that's
stuff.
So cool.
Yes.
All right, I got 2 things. Bear with me.
Yeah.
I got 2 things. I read or listened to Betrayer a while ago, and then listened to what's his name, Aurelian, and watching Argoltal transform, and then how he became friends with Karn, and like those two just like walk around being badasses. Like I was like, those two are so cool. That's the coolest. But my favorite, I would have to say, would be honestly Mortarion. As far as lore, finding out that Nurgle had been following him like since he was a kid,
right?
In the Hidden Dagger, and it's just like, oh, that's so gnarly. Like he was just after him, like from day one. You are mine. It's like, oh, so this was always gonna happen. Oh, that's dystopic. Okay, cool. There it is.
Mortarion, he's a really cool character.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like they talk about him being all gaunt and like hunched over, and it's like you've always been gross, man. Get out of here.
There's I can't remember which book it is. It may have been. No, it was. I don't think it was the Buried Dagger. But there's when the one where they talk about the Council of Nicaea, because obviously Mortarion is super anti-sorcery. Like when he's loyal, he's like psychers are like the end of the
hard pass.
Yeah. And yet I can't remember. There's a scene in a book where it's he's slowly, like I think he's like backed against the wall, and like the corruption is just finally breaking him down, and it's like the tragedy of like all the Chaos Primarchs. I really appreciate the tragedy that makes them turn. There's always that kind of pivotal moment where they go against everything they previously stood for, and
except for Kurz.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for him, he was always an asshole.
Yes, he really was. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So he's the exception that proves the rule. But when we're talking about Angron, even Horus, Mortarion, obviously,
all tragic.
Perturaba. Yeah. There's that thing where basically the Emperor or the Imperium as a whole has basically been screwing them over their whole existence. And at some point, even a demigod, there's that moment, the hair that breaks the camel's back, and they're like, fuck. No, I'm done, I'm
I can't do it anymore.
Taking my buddies with me, all my 10,000 sons, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna wreck your shit. It's
taking my ball and I'm going home.
Yeah, but then I'm coming back and it's gonna have spikes on it, coming through your front window. But yeah, the kind of inherent theme of tragedy, and amongst chaos as a whole, I really appreciate that, especially the kind of Horus Heresy book series, the way this and the Primarchs novels that they're showing us that stuff. I think it really adds a lot of depth.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah. Okay. And also I respect the mention of Karn and Argoltal, because they just need like a comedy buddy cop show with Warhammer animation, right?
A buddy cop movie.
Well, maybe not buddy cops, but like a buddy soldier. I don't know, something. But I'm just thinking like kind of like Miami Vice themed or something. But it's Karn and Argoltal. Like, just I don't know.
They're just killing everything. And high-fiving.
And then like some badass music comes on, and it's like a really 80s montage outro and stuff.
They jump freeze high five for the credits.
I don't know. I think it'd be awesome.
There it is. It is. You got to pitch it. You got to pitch it to GW.
GW, come on. We got this. You want another $1 billion? Right here,
There it is. I got you.
But, okay. So, what, we've talked about kind of like the weaknesses of Chaos Marines, right? And the restrictions and the difficulty in making them work. And that goes for all of us, even like those players at the top levels, because when we see Chaos doing well in tournaments, it's often because they're doing a Shalaxi Hellbane, like the Slanesh Greater Demons.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some Marines on the side or something.
But you don't see monofaction.
No. And I understand why. It's, there's some honourable mentions, but we're not winning GTs. And that's just how it is. It's fine. Hopefully we'll soon.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. But what would you... like to see, especially for the Black Legion? Are there any, whether it's, I don't know, like new characters or new character roles or specific rules or buffs or prayers or psychic powers, what would you like to see that you think could bring Black Legion up to where you want them to be? Not so they're OP broken, but so they do what you want them to do on the table and you're not having to spend all this time just trying to come up with one combo.
Ooh. I mean, dang, that's okay.
It's an ask. It's a big ask.
Yeah, that's
It can be anything. Rules, new model, whatever. However you think could kind of bridge that gap.
Rules. Make Harkin usable. That would be cool. I mean,
who's Harkin?
Like,
what's that?
The Herald. Yeah. Like,
was that really cool model they released a couple years ago?
The
amazing model. He's got rolls.
The lore on him. Dude, it sucks because he's like, lore-wise, he's just like, I am the voice of Abaddon. I show up, everything starts going down, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. This guy means business. Like, nope. Like, what is he? No. Hey, look out! I threw my spear at you, and he's like, get him, Raptors, and like that's it. Like, I want him to be usable. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
The minus to leadership is cool. That's a cool aura. But at the end of the day, it's like, why did you bring Harkin? You're like, I don't know. I thought maybe it would be fun, and then it's like everyone laughs at you. Yeah. But that could be cool. It's like I said earlier, make marks do something. Instead of just giving accessibility to strats. Like Icon of Wrath is a great thing. Great. Reroll charges, I will take that. But Mark of Slanesh is like, oh, what are you gonna, I'm gonna shoot you're gonna shoot me twice. Like, give me, like, I don't want the full on advance and charge like Demon Loci, but like something. Like, make marks viable. Like, have the icons do something a little bit more. Like, I was talking with a friend a couple weeks ago, and he brought up a really cool thing of like 9th edition roll around. Have, like, instead of we were talking, and he's like, make them be spooky ultras. Like, lean into it. Like, give me all the cool strats so I can do everything. Or, your buddy Shane brought up, make them like Chaos Dark Angels. Like, they are lore-wise, they're from everywhere, right?
Yeah,
like Black Legion is everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like, give them the strats. Like, oh, you're against this? Cool. Like, got something for you. Like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I would very much like to, like, as a whole, I would like Terminators to go back to 4-up. That's nice.
Ooh.
The 5-up sucks. I don't mind, because, like, if you look at it, like, all of our stuff for Terminators, like, our crazy, like, weapons list got way cheaper, but the invul went up. I don't care about the 3rd wound. I'll keep my cheap weapons. I'll take the weakness, all that. I just want the 4-up back.
Okay.
Like, I prefer that more than anything.
Yeah.
5-up is always just kind of a bummer, unless you're playing demons and you know what you're doing. You're like, oh, I have to roll 5s. This is where I'm at. And it's like, oh, I've got this squad of dudes that I'm coming to punch a hole in something. And you're like 5s, and you're like, oh, well, they're dead now.
Yeah. I agree, and that disparity right there between, because they got the 2-up armor, 5-up invul. Well, if you're dealing with Terminators, you're probably using something like Plasma or something with some decent AP on it. Maybe you're trying to plink the last one off. If you've got a couple squads of bolters, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if I bring a squad of 10 Red Butchers, my opponent has to deal with them. They know that unit has to die. It cannot make combat. So every decent bit of firepower they have is going at them, and it's probably rocking AP2, AP3, maybe AP4. Yeah. So I'm just pushed to the invuln, and a 5-up invuln isn't saving enough. It's not. No. That 4-up invuln, or something. I
mean, the 2-up. I'll just keep the 4. Just bring it back to 4. Death Guard got it on theirs, and they got faster. So it's like, I mean, I'll keep two wound Terminators. Let me keep my cheap weapons, but give me a 4-up. That's pretty much it. Because I like running Terminators in Black Legion because the whole Abaddon's Guard. Like, the bringers of despair, man. Like
Yes.
they're here. Like,
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, they get shot, and you're like, oh well,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
But yeah, they do not have the resilience. Like when you
No.
read about them in the books and stuff, they're unstoppable. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you shot me
Mini
with the las
dreadnoughts.
cannon? Yeah. Like
They're
they
tiny
don't
dreadnoughts.
care. Like they're totally like they walk through the walls. Like they don't have to run. There's a brick wall. Okay, there's not a brick wall anymore. It's gone. Yeah. But I think so. Something I've always kind of thought for Chaos Marines, for World Eaters, Berserkers become troops, for Emperor's Children, Noise Marines are troops, and this stuff, right?
Yep.
But the other legions, like the Codex legions, Black Legion, Iron Warriors, and so on, they don't get that. I always thought Word Bearers should get possessed as their OBSEC troops. I think Iron Warriors... Not broken possessed, but just give possessed OBSEC, right?
Yeah.
Iron Warriors.
The Chosen.
Okay, yeah, all right, Chosen.
The
Iron
Chosen
Warriors...
would be that for Black Legion.
I was going to say Terminators.
Really? No. Hell no.
Really?
Oh my God, no. That would be so broken.
I don't know.
It would be really... don't get me wrong. I'm all for it.
Look at everyone else. Like... Could you imagine? Just think about it, man. You've got your 10 blob. It's Deathwing can do it. The Dark Angels.
Yep.
So yes, it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful, but everything like power's coming up, and it's like it's power creep right now. But when everyone's up there, it's more balanced and a bit more.
It's not going to seem that. It won't seem that brutal. I mean, the whole thing. It would be cool, like even with the Black Legion tactic of like advancing and shooting, like that would be really nasty on Terminators. That'd be really nasty.
And it's kind of in theme because you have that really useful stratagem from Faith and Fury where you turn off OBSEC for your enemy?
World Killers.
Yeah.
Yeah, World Killers. You have to have a unit. If it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Start it at the top of the turn. All right, 3 CP. You don't get anything.
Yeah. Like that. That's super useful.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. Now because of the options we've got available, it's expensive and everything else. But like controlling the battlefield is very much a Baden's thing. He is the War Master. So I think anything that kind of pushes that could make them both in line with the fluff, because it's a Baden, it's the Black Legion, we claim, we despoil, this is ours now.
Yeah.
Terminators, or Chosen, anything. Hell, you know what, and this could well be broken. 3 CP, every Black Legion on the army for this turn has objective secured. Could you imagine that?
I mean, that's basically what World Killers does. Not based. It's like it just turns it off for the other guy. It's like, nah, you don't get it. I don't care.
Actually, World Killers is probably more powerful because, especially with primaries. But I don't know. But I would like to see them lead into that as well. Like the controlling the battlefield.
Make Tip of the Spear do something better.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool strat.
What does that one do?
Tip of the Spear is you re-roll hits in your first shooting round for the closest, like your closest unit that's shooting at something. You re-roll hits for that unit.
Oh,
it's black. It's fun to use with bikers.
Yeah,
you just go up there and get in somebody's butt. Like, okay, cool. Here it is.
Yeah, that needs to be more.
Yeah. I mean, like all of the strats, like, oh man, Terminator. I'm still hung up on the Terminators as troops. Like, you kind of shook my world there, man.
I like it. I personally like it.
No, I don't dislike it. I just think that would be the nastiest thing ever.
And it should be. It should be. A Baden walking up with a couple squads of 10 Terminators, your opponent is going to be terrified. It's not unkillable, but my God.
But there goes your entire army shooting. and you might not get them all.
Yeah.
And they don't care about morale.
Yeah. And they're re-rolling, and they're re-rolling, and...
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what they did, or what it did, but in 8th edition, you could pay points to upgrade your Terminators in Black Legion to Bringers of Despair. I don't remember which way it went, like as far as their stats, but it's like, oh, okay, cool, pay X amount more, and now you have Bringers of Despair. Oh, bring that back. Okay. Like, that was cool. Or no, 7th edition. Sorry, not.
Okay.
I still have 8th edition book. 7th edition.
Yeah.
They had something like that. It was cool.
I think we're going to see that. Like the way that like the Loyalist Marine Codex went with all the character and squad upgrades you can do by paying some points. I'm really hopeful that we're going to get something. I mean, I see Red Butcher.
Dark Apostle on bike.
Ooh, now that could be tasty.
Yes.
Bike or a jump pack. We need mobility. Yeah. If we get the Apostle with the ability to zip across the board, that could be interesting. That'd be nice.
I mean, what is it? You got the Chaplain on a bike. That's a really cool model. You could just glue some skulls to it. They don't even have to give me just like.
There's like
here,
3 models for a Chaplain with a jump pack you can currently buy.
Yeah.
Like then you got the Primaris one on the bike. The 2 or 3 Primaris Chaplains. Regular We have 1 Apostle.
Don't get me wrong. The Dark Apostle model is awesome. I love it. It's like one of my favorite. It's like, wow, you're really gross, man. Just yelling, holding a burning book. That's evil. Okay, like, give him a jetpack.
Yeah,
that would be so great. That'd be so great.
Yeah,
I want a Chaplain on a bike, but to, like, I'm gonna go back and say, like, I think the Chosen would be better as a troops choice.
Okay,
and I think it would be cool. Like, bear with me. Sure. I think about it as like, here are these old dudes that have been hanging out for so long. They're part of the Black Legion. Their whole thing is like finding everything, and that's like, you give Chosen. You can make them strapped. Like, here, you guys get everything. Like, give me those as like, make them cost a little bit more. Have those be my troops. That would be cool. Just like, dude, like, cool. Still, you could even take them down a wound. 1 wound, but I have the craziest guns on my guys. Like, these dudes are gonna kill you.
Yeah,
like, you have to kill them.
Chosen,
I don't know.
Chosen are definitely a unit that just hasn't worked through 8th edition that I've seen. The ability for you to take Thunder Hammers on them was cool early on, but they have lacked. If they had OBSEC, that could propel them, because baseline they're the same as a regular Marine.
Yeah, but they just have another wound.
Have they got 2 wounds right now?
They got 2 wounds.
Okay, all right. But no, wait, are you sure? They have an extra attack and an extra leadership. I know they got an extra.
Sorry, no.
You could be right. I haven't run them in so long, and that was just.
I built them a while ago, and I was all stoked about them.
You could be on there. I don't know.
That'd be cool. Pretty sure Chosen. Oh no, you're right. There are 2 wounds. They have 2 attacks.
2 attacks. Yeah, they get the extra attack, and extra leadership, and weapon options. And so there's the potential there. And like you say, you can just strap them up. You can run them melters and chainswords. A little bit of everything. They've got the versatility, but like any Chaos Marine, they fall down to a stiff breeze. And because they lack the OBSEC, they're like, what's the point of throwing them when anything that has more than 5 models or has OBSEC is just going to kick them off? It's like, they definitely need something. Excuse me. Okay, so let's excuse me. Next question I got for you. Obviously you've been doing some paint work and stuff on your World Eaters. Saren's Wrath, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. I like that a lot. No one wants to feel Saren's Wrath. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, you mean the commander? Oh, the lady that was bossing around Angron? Like, she means business. Like,
she walked up to Delvarus, just a headshot, like point blank. She don't zero.
She don't care.
No,
she don't care.
she's a great character. But so obviously, and you have taken them out. You said you played a few games with them. Compared to your Black Legion experiences, just go over again, or a little bit of like the play style difference. Like, what are you preferring or enjoying specifically about taking your World Eaters on the table?
Honestly, it's the spiders and birds. I have a gnarly habit of, like, with my friends, like, I'm just the most annoying. Like, just, oh, cool, flying birds in your stuff, attacking you with spiders. It's just like, why do you do this? And I'm like, spiders and birds. It's fun. it's funny.
Okay.
Just, okay, cool. This, like, venom crawlers are, in my opinion, like, one of the best, because it's like, you just run them into things and tie everything up, and then everybody, like, you have to deal with it. Oh no, this T7 thing with an in-bolt, you might be stuck there all game.
Yeah.
Like, like, depending on what you're hitting it
with.
They
are good, yeah.
Like, you have to fall back from it. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna run it into you again. I don't care. It's funny.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here comes my crappy bird. Like, he's flying across the board, tying up your tank. Turn 1. It's great. Oh, I'm just annoying, man. Like, running into things with World Eaters, like, it's fun to be fast and run into things. Like, okay, cool, Rhino charge, and it's like, oh, you have to pop the Rhino, but guess who's in there?
Yeah, yes.
Karn. Yay, he came out.
It's party time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, cool, you charged me with the Rhino. Yeah, you have to break it open now.
Yeah. There
it is. But with Black Legion, it's like a little bit more reserved, and it's like, I'll still play. I play with a bird more than anything. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't get to be as annoying playing Black Legion. I mean, I've it's just funny to me. Like, it's there.
It's your hobby, man. You
just get this thing out of my face, and I'm like, no. Why are you charging me with 20 cultists? Aha!
These cultists don't run away.
Yeah, no, they don't care.
Yeah.
They literally don't care. Oh, you left one. Sick. Here they come back again.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, just being annoying. But like, Black Legion, I have to, like, sit down and, like, okay, cool, I'm moving this here so I can shoot. You have your units for everything. You have the big toolbox, and you have more CP than everybody if you have Abaddon. Like, you have all your cool stuff. But it's like I said earlier, it's like, I like to have that toolbox, and it's hard. It's hard for me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, I'm this great Black Legion player, blah blah blah. I'm not. Like, I get bent out of shape that it's like, in order to be, like, even anywhere near close to meta, I have to buy Forge World. And it's like, Forge World models are great on paper. That price tag, though, that's the only thing. Like, expensive. It's expensive. I want a Decimator, don't get me wrong. Those things rule. But that's about it.
Last night, I just spent $260 on Forge World. And I literally had to push my finger down on the mouse to order it, because I've just been talking myself out. But I just bought 2 of the termite drills, and
those things are cool.
They are, and I allocate myself a little bit of money each year for Forge.
Yeah, you got your budget.
It's a special occasion, right? And
there you go.
I've been, and I know, but the price tag, and
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, oh, you want these dreadnoughts? Cool. $60. When I first was looking at it, it's like, oh, that's not too bad. I'll pay $60 for a dreadnought. It's like, nope, that's just the base. You got to buy the arms too. And I was like, oh man, come on.
And interestingly enough, there's like 74 weapon options for every dreadnought, and you can run one of each. And yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Like, oh, $60, cool. That'll be $30 for that arm. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, that's my only gripe with it. Like, you can be stronger in a mono faction of World Eaters, I feel, than you can be in mono faction of Black Legion without using Forge World.
Okay, yeah, I'd probably agree with you, honestly.
That's just where it is.
Yeah, I think World Eaters, contrary to like popular opinion, like anyone who just looks at the meta armies, right? The people that are just looking at the top 5 armies or the new codexes, no one looks at Chaos right now. And I genuinely believe World Eaters have play, and every now and again they show up. But like I said, Berserkers with Obsec is very powerful. I think they're probably maybe not the best troops in the game right now, but at least up until some of the more recent codexes, they were up there. And then Khan is a bad and lie. He's not quite as good, but his reroll aura is no one sees it coming. Like,
oh, the inch?
Yeah, but it's to shooting as well, man. That's the thing. No, everyone thinks, oh, so when the tournaments I've been to and like harder games I've played, I rock up and they say, oh, it's Khan and whatever else. They think I'm coming full steam ahead. No, Khan sits at the back, and I've all these tanks and like dreadnoughts sit around him, and then we're shooting and we're re-rolling. Yeah. And
that's nice.
It's cheesy, and obviously that's not how I play it in like a fluffy or friendly game.
No.
But if I'm playing a game where there's points on the line, and we have to optimize, we have to get every.
You have to shoot.
Yeah, and so I think World Eaters are kind of a bit of a kind of left field army that have a little bit of play. Black Legion, they're missing that crucial thing.
Yeah,
right?
It just needs strats to work. Like, like you can do all these cool things, just not that well. It's like, please, can I like have my marks do something? Give me like better. I mean, the never failing morale as an army is pretty great. I do like that because it's like, oh, leadership. I'm leadership 9 out of the gate as anybody, and I'm cool. Abaddon's over there. I don't care. Like that's always fun. Like you can't. No, I don't care. I'm still here.
Yeah. Which
definitely ties into me being annoying. Don't care. It's like make the strats do stuff. I was looking through the Space Marine Codex. I'm like, they get all the what? Like that's a strat. You could just do that.
Yes.
Okay. Like I want to do that.
Yeah.
Wait, you can fight in death with your characters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't do that? No, I can't do that.
No.
No. I have one strat that can heal Abaddon for D3 wounds back. And it's like, 2 CP? Man, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Something you just said there. And again, like, this is just kind of a random idea. But obviously, definitely need new stratagems, 2 wound marines, all the things we know are going to happen, right? To some degree or another. But as kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier with the lore and the theme of Black Legion, it's the War Master's Legion. Everyone follows him. If he's crusading, World Eaters, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, the Primarchs kneel to Abaddon. If he says we are killing this world, that world is going to die. His word is the final say. But translating that into the game, right? One of the things with 9 is like we're no longer souping, or very rarely do we soup because of the CP expenditure. To take that additional patrol is now 2 CP negative rather than it being like, something you'd consider.
You get more, yeah.
Yeah. What about Black Legion? If Abaddon is your War Master, up to 2 in a 2,000 point game, up to 2 patrols cost 0 CP each. So you could take a Black Legion battalion and like Chaos Space Marine or Chaos Mark, and then you could take like a World Eaters patrol and a 1,000 Suns patrol, or whatever you want, or Zinch Demons. Because to me,
I mean, you could do that already because he gets the 2 CP for having him as your warlord.
Give him the 2 CP as well.
Yeah.
Give him that.
But then at the even out. But it's like, but I want to have 14 CP.
But See, that's like, for me, Chaos should suit, but not in a broken way. Not like an Imperial Knight, 3 Smash Captains and 32 Guardsmen. I don't want that. I want to see Abaddon on the table with his bodyguard,
and a bunch of other dudes,
and then a swarm of Khorne demons, and maybe some Death Guard. Hell, just throw Mortarion on there, and Abaddon sends him off to do his work. Right? It's like that's. But with no penalty. I want to see that as something you, as a player, could do. As a Black Legion player, you could do that. It's not, OP or anything, but as an option that you're not having to spend 4 or 5 CP pre-game. Because then, with that CP, you can then buff up Mortarion or buff up your demons or whatever, and you're not taking like a bare bone. I don't know. To me, that kind of fits the fluff of Black Legion.
That's awesome. Outside of playing with like greater demons, like what is it? Like Khorne demons don't really work that well. Like it's like, unless you have a Bloodthirster and you just torpedo that guy into anything.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, cool. Or you just have like Nurgle demons, and which is fun. They're like, Nurglings are the most annoying.
Yeah.
It's great. Great.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, it's great. It would be cool. Mortarion doesn't need any buffs.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That I played a game with him with a buddy, but he was playing Tau, and Mortarion took 8 Melta shots to the chest, and he only got 2 wounds off me. I was like, wow, that's great. But it would be cool. I have not tried to combine all those guys. It's like I said, like, I want to have enough things. I always try to, like, I could sit down and like grind out, like, have this most efficient thing, but it wouldn't be that fun to me. Okay. Like, I very much agree with what you're saying, and like, get all these dudes in there. Like, yeah, not completely broken, but it's like, it's like I said, I always get bummed out when Abaddon dies. Yeah. I feel like I lost the game, even if I'm ahead in points, which I'm not. So I'd lose and Abaddon dies. So
I hear you.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, I understand.
I do very much like that idea.
I think as a Black Legion thing only, like, when a Codex comes out, the point of a Codex is to break the core rules. Any datasheet ability is something which breaks a rule from the core book, generally. Yep. And that's why it's a special ability. And detachments are a core rule. That's everyone is playing at this baseline. If you want to, unless you, like, Drukhari do it with, they can take 3 patrols, right? The I can't remember what it's called. It's like a special.
Me neither. I know. I got you there.
Yeah. And Black, and they should absolutely have that ability, because that's how the Drukhari run in the lore. And for me, Black Legion, of all the Chaos Legions and factions, when they come to kill you, they're bringing all their friends. It's not.
They even have a guy that comes down and tells you about it.
Yeah. They send someone who's supposed to be a badass, but he's all front. He comes down and plants his spear, and he said, "You're all dead." And then this armada appears in system, and you're like, "Shit, we should have listened to him.
We should have listened to that guy."
Yeah.
But somebody shot him, and he's dead now. So,
with a las rifle,
Yeah, just plink. Oh no, he fell down a cliff in his jetpack. That's how Harkin went out.
Yeah, right.
I like that. I really like that. Moving forward, 9th edition, like, that would actually be really, really cool. Really cool.
I think anything that offers options, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's initially, like, what got me into, like, at its base, like, the whole thing of Black Legion being like, we like, yo, if you want to come and hang out with us, like, do you hate that guy in the golden toilet? Cool. Me too. Like, let's get him. And then everybody's like, yeah, we're with him. The Chaos Undivided, like, oh, cool, I can do all these. There's so many options that you can do in that one thing. It's like the same with Iron Warriors, but they're just better as a mono army. It's like, I don't know what they could do. Like, outside of that idea that you just proposed, like, give me a free detachment fitting with 9th edition. Like that would be sick. That would be nasty. I mean, or let Council of Traders not just be a sorcerer and like it's a Chaos Lord, Demon Prince, sorcerer, or like, you know what I mean, and Dark Apostle. Like, let me put that on 2 Chaos Lords. That would be cool.
Combine the two. You can have, if Abaddon is your warlord and you bring another detachment, that detachment can take a warlord trait as well. You know, like, so if you bring
like
Calm,
everybody else.
There's play there. I think there's definitely play.
That's a good one.
I think
that is a good one.
I genuinely hope that I want to see every Chaos Legion get a supplement first of all, like the original, like not just the Death Guard and Thousand Sons, but I want all of us to get like like, you know, like how the White Scars and the Imperial.
Oh yeah, the index. Or no, that's a supplement.
Yeah. I would love to see us all get that. But short of that, at least all of us get rules that are on par with generic Space Marines or Death Guard or any of the other power armor factions.
Oh yeah. The 2 wounds, fine. I don't know. Like I've gotten so used to playing like not 2 wounds that I like.
It's going to be a hard transition.
I'm not going to. Yeah, and it's like they're going to cost more. And if they get rid of Death of the False Emperor, I might like straight up quit playing.
Oh no! Don't say that.
I'm joking. I'm being dramatic. But it's like they took it away from Death Guard. And I was like, oh man, like you cannot take that away from Black Legion or World Leaders. It's like, no, like I get another hit. I roll a 6.
I think
it's very niche, but when it happens, it's great.
They definitely need to make it. There has to be the problem with Death to the False Emperor is it's so good when you're facing Imperium, but it's so useless when you're not, because it does literally nothing, and you've paid for it. You got
Stoke the Nails though.
Yes, but that's just for World Eaters.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, and then you're paying for something you've already paid for in your points. So it's like, but there again, as Chaos Marines, we are dedicated against the Imperium. So we shouldn't necessarily be buffed against Tau or Eldar. But yeah, I don't want to lose Death to the False Emperor. I just hope they work it in somehow. Like, I don't know. Like, all right, I would like to see it's Death to the False Emperor against everyone, but against Imperium, it's Stoke the Nails. So 6 up combat against everyone, but the 5 up on again.
That would make so many people angry. It would be cool.
Is that not why we play Chaos? Because we hate them all, and they must suffer and be crushed under our feet for being filthy corpse emperor worshipping.
Just lames.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of lames.
Yeah. I don't know. You know,
I fully support that, but I don't. That would make so many people angry.
Yeah.
That would make World Eaters probably like way up there. What are you doing? I'm mostly melee. Cool. Imperium, you're going down, man. 5s. Cool. Oh, and vets too? Yeah, you're getting some.
You've only got 3 berserkers left. Yeah, that's 274 attacks re-rolling. So just it's just hold on a minute.
Oh, +1 because I charged.
Yeah. Sorry, I did the math wrong with 342 now. It's like, but yeah, I think I whatever we get. Codex wise, I want us all to be treated well. All the legions. I want to see every legion come up. I want to see us on par with Marines, with Drukhari, with I want a balanced game. So,
definitely balanced. I don't want anything to be like super broken. But it's going to be the same thing. It's like we were talking about. Like with each new Codex, everybody gets butthurt.
Yeah.
That's just where it is, man.
Yeah. That's how the game, and like obviously the state of the world isn't helping, but at the end of the day, GW's a business, and it's in their interest to stagger this stuff, to keep maintaining that fear of missing out and everything else. So
makes sense.
It is what it is, and we buy into this. We have to take the rough with the smooth, but
I mean, I've only been in the hobby for a year, and I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I see it why people get angry.
Yeah,
like, I see it. Like, I don't know a whole lot, but it's like I see like it's like with the codexes and with everything coming out. I'm like, I get all worked up, and I'm like, man, people have been dealing with this for like 30 years. That's crazy. Like, just staying mad.
Yeah. It's why I play World Eaters. It lets me catharsize on the table.
There it is. Just put your anger into something else.
Yeah,
there it is.
All right, Damian, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me.
Oh, brother, it was great. Thank you for having me.
It's always good. I just love talking to people. I mean, I say it every time. I'll talk 40K with anyone. It's like it is. I've got no one, like I said before, like my wife isn't interested and stuff like that. So any opportunity I can get to talk to people, get other people's perspectives and stuff like that. And again, I do appreciate you taking time out on your Sunday afternoon to come and chat some 40K, man.
Thanks for it. This was a blast. Hey. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're absolutely welcome. So everyone watching, thanks very much for sticking around. We're going to have links below for Damian's Instagram and stuff. Please go check him out. Give him a subscribe or a follow, whatever it is, and give some heart reacts on there. It's like there's some great stuff. Hopefully, during the video, I've had some of your stuff floating along the bottom of the screen and stuff, so people can see your work and that. And it's always good to have. I just love seeing like newer hobbyists, newer people into the game. Like you've been in it for a year, and it's something you've chosen to help you get through COVID and everything, right? And you get to share it on Instagram, and that gives us something to enjoy as well as part of this whole big community we've got, and that's what we're about. That's what's cool. So
dude, thank you so much.
Hey man,
this has just been great. Thank you.
It's
awesome.
All right, folks. Stay healthy, stay safe, and kill main burn.